after a week sabbatical, we are back. I was on vacation last week. I was at the NFL draft. Brandon was in Mexico, but we're here to talk not about our vacations, about some NASCAR. Brandon, how you doing today, my man?
Good. We come back from both vacations, and you hit Mr. Truex last week. So let's see if we can go back to back.
It's always good getting a win. We've been hitting some top tens. We've been making money slowly but surely. Hopefully, Truex at that price, 11-1 was pretty good. I have a couple prices I like today, but it's Kansas. Kansas to me is a little bit of a different track. Tell me what you think about Kansas.
The lines changed drastically. The tire wear is different. You got the apron on the front stretch guys like to use, guys don't like to use. And every year at Kansas, there always seems to be controversy. Somebody wrecks somebody pushes them in the wall. So you're going to have high line, middle, low. You're going to see a lot of mixture of racing, a lot of different speeds at different times. And I think with this aero package, it is going to be another track that's hard to pass, but you might see some more strategy come in towards the end when it comes to pitting. So I think you're going to get a whole mixed bag of kind of super speedway, kind of mile and a half. Like it's going to be a little bit of both.
I don't like this track at all. I'm going to say it. I don't like this track. Don't mean to be a hater, but I do not like this track at all. But I'm here to bet it. I found 3 bets I like. Brando's got 4 bets he likes. So, of course, I'm going to let Brandon kick it off.
So I'm going to start off. I'm going to ride my guy. Since he's back, he's going to need a win. Chase Elliott. As long as these odds stay where they are at 14-1, you have Chase Elliott at Kansas. Not looking at track history, not looking at anything. I'm looking at the need and the hunger to have to win 1 or 2 races to be able to get into the playoffs. Yep. So at 14-1, I'm grabbing Chase. We talked last year and the year before, 8-1, 7-1, 9-1 sometimes max. These races that he's going to be sitting anywhere above the 10-1, I'm grabbing him and locking him in before qualifying. So 14-1, my boy Chase is going to be my first pick.
I absolutely love that. He does need to get, like, as you said, off the schneid, if you will, needs to get that W. I think this would be a great time for him to get it done. My first pick, and I'm just going to go back to the well. I'll just take Truex plus 900. He won last week. Looking back since 2020, he's got the best average finish of active drivers since 2017. Has had a top 10 finish in all but 1 race here at Kansas. And fun fact, last time he went back to back, guess how many days there were between a race?
6.
And there's 6 days between this time. Maybe stuff just works out for a reason. I'll take Truex plus 900. Running good and historical data at this track back me up.
You hit that data. I'll roll with that data solely because his brother got his first ever Xfinity win last Saturday, and then he wins on Monday. The family's going to keep rolling. So I'll give you that pick. I'm going to stay away from track history unless you have facts on it, but I'm going right back to the man that is due for one and been due for one and had a good run last week, Mr. Ryan Blaney at 16-1. It's another guy. The odds are usually not that high. And he's due for one. I know we've done this before with certain drivers, like he'll get one. The man's been consistent, runs up front, and has to get that monkey off of his back. Ryan Blaney, 16-1.
Now, how can I word this? We've done this before, like you said, but I mean, like because I almost did him too, but my point is this is like, when do we get it where it's just like, you know what? He just can't win. This just isn't his year.
It's not. If he didn't goose egg it last year, I'd be with you on that. But since he goose egged it last year and he's in a Penske car and he's running top 5, leading laps and has opportunities for wins, caution came out late last week. I think it screwed him in the long run. He was second at the time, I believe. Truex took the high line. He couldn't finish. So I don't want to say don't bet on the man because he can't finish. But if you have a guy with odds at 16-1 and he's running top 5 weekly, Like your normal top 5 running guys are Kyle Busch at 8-1, 6-1. This man's a top 5 at 16-1. So I'm rocking him.
Yeah, that is a little steep. My next one, I took Tyler Reddick plus 800. Look, I know he finished 35 here last year, but he did lead 38 laps before he got wrecked. And the 23 XL team, Busch and Bubba, won the 2 Kansas races. So I got a team that does really well here. I got a driver, that has been nails to start this season. So to me, this just makes sense. I'm going to take Reddick. I think he's going to get a little overlooked. I love Reddick. I love that 8-1 price.
You also have a guy that's driving the same car that led 116 laps last year and got the win, and behind the wheel was Kurt Busch. So I really like that pick a lot. My next 2 picks, they're going to seem like long shots, and lock these in before qualifying period. I'm going Austin Cindric, 100-1. He finished 11th last year. The way he gets a win, because he won Daytona last year, didn't win again, wasn't anything in the playoffs. You're going to need some luck. You're going to need some strategy, possibly a late caution to where he has tires. Like, you're going to need something to happen.
Yeah.
But at 100-1, another Penske car, I can't not do it. Like, he doesn't have the track record at any track, no pun intended, to speak on his value, but 100-1, finish 11th, Penske car. I'm going 2 Penske picks back to back and grabbing Austin Cindric 100-1.
I absolutely love that. I love that a lot. My last one, I'm going back to these top 10s. I've really liked these top 10 bets, something I'm going to look to continue to start doing. I took Keselowski, top 10, plus 160. 8th best average finish here. 3 top 10s last 6 races. 6 top 10s this season. Back-to-back top 10s this year. Last 34 races on an intermediate track. 18 top 10s. 7th best average finish at intermediate track. He's running well. It kind of seems like the first year I felt like he didn't have the balance between racer and owner. Now I kind of feel this season he has a good balance between the racer and the owner. So I kind of like the direction him and the team is going. I'm going to take him at plus 160 for a top 10.
Okay. I am going to add another long shot at 125-1. He somehow either finds a way to win one race or sneaks into the playoffs. Eric Almirola is saying at 125-1. Again, not going off of track history. I'm strictly seeing these. I want to call him a mid-tier driver at that big of an odd. You know me, I like these long shots with giant odds that just don't make sense to me. We've seen him at 30-1, 50-1, maybe 60, but seeing him sitting at 125, Vegas doesn't like it. I like it. I want to take Vegas's money when they make a mistake. And I think there's a possibility that man can pull it off in Kansas with odds of 125-1.
I like that. I'll throw a little bit on that. There you have it. Those are our 7 bets. We've been kicking ass. So hopefully you guys start following and watching these videos. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give my boy Brandon a follow at BostonBoy83. And we'll be back next week. Next week, they are at Arlington.
So you put me on the spot saying you want to start seeing top 10s from me. I'm going to go AJ Allmendinger at plus 450-1 for a top 10.
There you go.
There's my quick throw out.
I like that one a lot. These top 10s, I love them. They're like my LaJoy plus 400 that we constantly getting. Brandon, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Make sure you give my boy Brandon a follow at BostonBoy83. Next week's Darlington. Let's make some money in Kansas this week, my friend.
Back to back. Let's go.